right, we're alive, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Ab Unscripted. I have the pleasure of having my cousin with me, Lee. Tell me where you can find you at.
You can follow me on the gram, Black Royalty, Black 3 underscores, Royalty.
It's a lot of underscores.
Yeah.
So
somebody have to.
now, but his Instagram will be in the description below. So is mine. So today we're gonna react to Corey Abrams. I don't think this is his actual channel, but we're gonna react to why we shouldn't believe all women. I wish I had that sound effect like the.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. All right, so we better get into it. You know what I'm saying?
What happened? The brick lady was the recipient of lames and unqualified fools having a word on social media. The brick lady came on there and said somebody hit her with a brick and her skin wasn't bust open. The streets, you know that a rock, brick, etc. is going to open the skin no matter how it lands on the skin. It would have been blood. When people talking to you and you just listening to them, you at a disadvantage. When somebody talk to you, you supposed to look at them. Brick lady, if you look at her, you see the bull she talking. Her story was so inconsistent for us who got the third eye, but the lames got pages. The lames took it hook, line, and sinker.
So which one of you quote-unquote nice guys isn't above picking up a brick and hitting a woman because she wouldn't give you her number? Why do we have to pretend that we like you to survive? I'll never hold yourself accountable.
Ro didn't scam anyone. Ro didn't lie. She has received no money from her GoFundMe.
A woman who raised over $40,000 on GoFundMe is now being charged with theft by deception.
We're gonna interject right here, right? Imagine you can capitalize off of like saying a man hit you or with no proof, no evidence, no nothing, and you can just raise 42K on a GoFundMe for sympathy.
That's good.
Yeah, so this is kind of like a peek of what the video is gonna be about. We're gonna add our thoughts as we watch the video. So if y'all don't want to hear our reaction, the original link to the video is also in the description. Check out the original content creator and give them the support also. So we're gonna continue with the video, and yeah.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Rhoda Osmond told cops that she was hit in the face with a brick outside a Houston club after she refused to give out her phone number. But footage capturing the incident does not support Rhoda's report, according to charging documents. And
men are dangerous. Women are afraid of men. They find a way to blame the woman for getting hurt. And they peddle this idea that you need a man to protect you from the scary men that are out there. That if you piss off your protector man, he then becomes the man that you need protecting against.
Shut the fuck up! End of flashback.
Osmond is officially heading to jury trial on July 24th, 2025. I said last year that taking this to trial would be a dumb move, and I was right. Her entire history is coming with her, all right? From prostitution charges, all right, and crashing into a wall while driving under the influence to giving police a fake name and even her past scam in Minnesota that netted her nearly $5,000.
Like, how dare y'all come at this black woman and y'all don't even have the facts? And let's say, hypothetically speaking, everything was lied, isn't it? They think it's a scammer.
Yeah, black people, we love scamming. We talk about scamming all the time. Since when do we have a problem with scamming? I want black people to scam. They scam.
What's crazy too? She was going hard, and people was going hard for her online also. Yeah. I remember that. It's crazy. I got a personal story about her, but I don't think I can say on YouTube. So we're gonna say that for like kick or yeah, probably gonna say for kick, but. Yeah, let's just say we know her from like Boston or was it Baltimore or something like that. But she is an untrust. Like anyway, I am whatever. The point is like she had the internet and everybody kind of like going crazy. Like They was like, yo, this is why men ain't this, men ain't that. Y'all not men no more. Y'all don't go to war no more. Y'all don't protect black women. And that's the thing, like protect black women. That's like a what's it? Like a cash cow. That's how they get them. Yeah, let's continue with the.
That's already there.
Yes, all right. This is the one with she had a swollen face.
What?
Remember, it was like she said that a guy tried to get her number and she rejected him, and he took a brick and hit her in the face, and no men, all the men were standing there and they didn't help her, but then it turned out to be a lie. Like,
she didn't get hit with a brick.
I think she having like an allergic reaction to something.
That's what that looked like.
Yeah, cause like Corey said, like if you got hit with a brick, you would have got a bleeding, cut, split. Yeah. So, yeah, but you know they don't gotta give proof. They don't gotta show like this is the real. But let's continue with the video, man.
Us.
And that's why I always lie to the people of the global minority and men.
It's all admissible. Actually, that scam that was in Minnesota, we talked about that. That was the first GoFundMe scheme that she concocted. Again, it was similar to where she garnered the almost $40,000 with the brickface situation, but it was, oh, woe is me, I am a victim, I went into a public space and there was a violence committed upon me, please donate to my GoFundMe to fund medical expenses and all this other issue. Nevertheless, all of it is coming back to bite her square in the ass.
When I say the term, believe all women.
Nah. I'm so glad you asked that, because that, first of all, that phrase does not come from me or the Me Too movement.
But the slogan, believe all women, did in fact come out of the Me Too movement. The social standard that every woman making a claim was to be believed just because she's a woman has been asserted by Me Too activists, both explicitly and implicitly, all the way up to the president. The backlash we see now is fueled by the same feminists and liberal shills who advanced the agenda in the first place. The term first appeared in 2018 when Christine Blasey Ford and several other women filed accusations against the Trump-appointed Supreme Court Justice nominee, Brett Kavanaugh. At hearings, Dr. Ford couldn't remember when or where the alleged attack took place. She was inconsistent with the number of witnesses she described and couldn't identify any of them. Also, she didn't remember how she got there or how she left. Despite that context or lack thereof, President Joe Biden had this to say at the time. Quote, for a woman to come forward in the glaring lights of focus nationally, you've got to start off with the presumption that at least the essence of what she's talking about is real.
On the internet were saying that your response wasn't fair and that you had some wrong about whatever happened with some text or something. So I didn't see it. So
Did you see the Joe Budden podcast reaction to DDG and Haley?
No.
You know who Melissa Ford is? Yeah. The ex video vixen.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna say in the video, but she pretty much said she didn't need no proof.
Mm-hmm.
She know he's guilty because postpartum this and believe all women this, and she could tell what kind of person he is because of his antics on the internet.
She went off of her image and his image as well too.
Yeah, she went extremely hard, and people was kind of like, that's kind of like, even women was like, that's kind of crazy, bro. Like, damn, you don't need no proof. Like, but we about to see. I think he about to.
So I don't know.
I took a stance.
And what was your stance? I really don't know.
My stance is with her. My stance is they're both young, and they both, kind of like got into this whirlwind kind of whatever else, and it's gonna play out online because young people do. But the reality of the situation is that she had a baby, and a lot of the things that she probably did and feelings that she had, I made the assumption that he was antagonistic in a lot of the things that he's done, weaponized his fan base.
The key word was assumption. You assumed that he's XYZ because of XYZ. It was no proof. It's always innocent to proven guilty, and that's why I still believe in that. Like, regardless of what the accusations are or who they are against, because people would like to say, what if that was your daughter, your mom, your sister, your aunt, whatever. And it's like, bro, like, I get what you're trying to do, but we still need the proof. Because just because they're related to me doesn't mean they're saints or they don't lie. Everybody lies, so we gotta kill that. We gotta kill that for women. That's too strong of a superpower. I ain't going for that. I don't know.
By doing the whole hashtag free Halo thing.
You ever notice your polite savages when a lady doubles down, even though she does not have a... back to say, hey, I was wrong. She goes up and gives you some psychobabble about how the lady is doing this and he's doing that. Instead of just saying you didn't have all the information, you made the wrong decision. Loud, proud, and wrong and strong. Wrong about everything, ashamed of nothing. Typical. And the video vixen herself is not immune to it because we've seen chinks in her armor. We understand that she's not logical, because if she was logical, she wouldn't be sitting here getting pressed and looking like a damn fool. But she's not really worried about anybody else's rights or feelings. What she's worried about is caping for the sisterhood, because Lord knows she don't want to be called a pick-me. You dig?
I ain't gonna lie, she can still get it though. I think she's like 40. I was being nice, right? She can still get it.
Himself.
Halle was beating the out of this. I'm talking about swinging on it. I'm talking about piecing this up. Ha, 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 ha. You feel me? So, are you just gonna sit there and just hands behind your back? You know what I'm saying? Stop.
Now, this is DDG's homeboy, Baby Rich. Okay? So he's seen this before. And not only has he seen it, we're about to see it. Look at Holly Bailey going off on DDG's brother Doug. I mean, you can see it there in the B-roll. That's her not controlling her emotions, doing whatever she would like to do because she feels that she...
It's crazy. I ain't never seen this video. This particular one right here. I didn't know she was like attacking her brother too. That's crazy.
He was like, Mel thinks that if a woman's going through postpartum, that's an excuse to step all over my feelings and treat me like...
I didn't say that. I also brought up the fact that she has a restraining order on him for breaking into her house, taking a picture of her bed to let her know that he's been in her house without her permission.
Allegedly.
The story
Okay,
that is being reported is he broke into the house because you were threatening your mental health.
Okay, we're getting...
So that's why you have these
Okay.
pictures of me in your home, because I was in there trying to save you when I got these cuckoo texts.
Gotcha.
You would have a better chance seeing Bigfoot walk down the street having a conversation with a lady who walks backwards at midnight, the Loch Ness Monster, and aliens coming down and admitting to you that they've been here all along, before you see a modern lady just take a little bit of accountability for having a wrong take, because they have to be right all the time. The ethos of the modern woman is that even though I'm wrong, I must be right. And if I'm not right, I'm gonna get upset, gaslight, angry, shame you, to make sure that you do not get your way, because Lord forbid my ego, their fragile ego, just cannot handle the fact that they may be wrong about something, even though if you look at their life, they're wrong about a lot of things.
Johnny Depp has lost his $650 million fortune, and you will not believe how much he owes the IRS. Johnny Depp used to make $40 to $55 million per movie, but what happened next made it all come crashing down. He was labeled a wife beater, but that's when the unimaginable happens. He then lost his Pirates of the Caribbean role, and now he owes the IRS $100 million. Follow and like for more.
We have a verdict in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case, and like everything in the trial itself, it's controversial. The jury ruled in favor of Johnny Depp in his libel suit against Amber Heard. Depp sued his former wife for writing about being a domestic abuse victim because he said he never abused her. The jury awarded Depp $15 million in damages, $10 million in compensatory damages, and $5 million in punitive damages.
One of Kavanaugh's accusers admitted that she just made up the accusations as a tactic to take him off his career path and grab attention. That's her quote, not mine. And when that news broke...
And you don't think there should be like a law that if you lie on a man like that, you should go to jail? At least minimum 3 months. At least. You should go to jail for that. Because if he was to get convicted for it, he would have went to jail. Like, off a lie. And then later when her guilt finally catches up to her, then they'll say, oh, I was just, I was just in my feelings and, no repercussions. So the next woman gonna see that. And then that's why they keep doing this stuff. And with these like talking points, I feel like too, it makes it hard to believe this point of this video to believe them off the bat, because too many of y'all lie. Famously, one big lie, Emmett Till, the Central Park 5, like they just say Johnny Depp, Jonathan Majors, and hopefully we see that DDG is not a woman beater, because I rock with bro. DDG, Diddy's a slime ball. We're not even gonna talk about Diddy. We actually got video proof of him beating on Cassie. Shout out to Diddy though.
Burke and the Me Too crew was nowhere to be found.
Greetings, you polite savages, and welcome to another Tip Talk.
When Candace Miles was nothing but hope. But he was right about one thing. I am that one in 10,000.
Ladies, gentlemen, and polite savages, we are now about to embark on a journey sure to anger feminists and modern women alike. The only thing we can do is guarantee to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. So there's nothing else left to do but get on into it. Are you ready? Let's go. Well, you polite savages, I'm going to call it now. We are at the dawn of the great correction, a correction of epic proportions, something that should have happened years ago. You see, about 5 years ago, we started this Believe All Women junk. At the height of the pandemic, we took anybody who was accused of anything and sold them straight down the river, no matter the evidence or what. And what did the ladies of the community do?
You heard about this? Yo, she got caught lying on the news, and this is how her face was the whole time. She didn't care. Like, she didn't care that she was caught lying, bro. Up to a baseball player, he couldn't play for the entire season because she lied on him. And I think he lost his contract or something like that. But it was a lot.
Yeah, well, some evil harlequins and succulent succubuses decided to just go on and monetize the opportunity. How many lawsuits have we seen come and go? The lawsuit is the new hustle, the new child support, the new alimony. Because a lot of these ladies figure I won't even have to give up them draws to get what I want to get out of his pocketbook. And if he ain't got a pocketbook, the good old-fashioned GoFundMe is going to be right there for me to defraud the community. But what happened? Stop children. What's that sound? It seems like the Harrison County Sheriff's Department seen what was exactly going down. And surveillance showed that Miss Brickface Osmond was absolutely lying. And guess who's going to jail? Jail! And the sisterhood can cry and scream. Nobody cares. Nobody's listening to you anymore.
But when it came out that she was lying, no woman came out to kind of pull a car like, all right, we was wrong about it. They never do that. They always loud for the support, but they never loud for like the apology. And her getting arrested, nobody covered it. Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, none of them big blog. They never follow up with these stories because it's not juicy enough. But the juicy part is men abusing or not, blah blah blah, believing women. That's what that's the spicy content that they're looking for.
You've worn out your welcome. A matter of fact, all you false allocation mugs, y'all need to go to jail. Because the bottom line is that if you had your way, you would have put anybody who had an allegation against them straight to jail, to the poorhouse, entire life ruined, and you would have been happy. You were celebrating. Oh, you loved the gender war. Stop playing the games. You loved it when Brickface came out here lying, absolutely lying. And now that she's going to jail or she's in trouble, guess what? Not one of you will come and say that you were wrong. One of you have came into the comments where you were calling me all types of cowards and said anything to the effect that, hey, my bad. Maybe I should have looked at the evidence. Maybe I should have listened to you when you said the simple fact that if I got busted upside the head with a brick, I would have been leaking and bleeding all over the place. But you ladies never seen violence but think you know violence. The same ignorance that says you'd rather be in a forest with a bear than a man because a man is so dangerous like a bear won't rip you shred to shred without a thought of remorse. Ma'am, you're just food for the greater wildlife, but you
started going crazy just now. Nah, yo. And what I noticed too, it's always the pretty women too. They I don't know. It's always the pretty. I feel like everybody you seen today was like somewhat attractive, in my opinion. Brick face with her face is not swollen, and I still think that's a food like allergen. I don't think that's from her getting punched or hit, so that would have been way worse than that. Yeah, bro, it's just sad, man. They gotta have an example. She needs to go to jail so they can broadcast to the rest of the women that if y'all do lie, there's a possibility that you will go to jail.
Yeah, it does have to be some type of punishment for that, because, like you said, it's just like a pattern. Everybody just want to try to go that route just to get some money.
Yeah, it's like the Krabby Patty secret formula. Everybody got it. Like you could just, oh, she got money this way. Maybe I'm dealing with this rapper, basketball player, baseball player. Oh my God. Let me see what lie is feasible and look at Shannon Sharp. There's a lot going on, man. Believe all women, but you know. And what's crazy, like let's say you're like a high stakes, like you're like a celebrity or somebody who has stuff to lose. You will lose all your endorsements, all your support, all your deals, all this off of allegations, not the verdict. Off the allegation alone. That's how much power they got. We can't allow people to have that kind of power over somebody's life. Cause we're all human at the end of the day. We have interactions. Do men abuse women? Yes. Look at Diddy. Diddy was on camera kicking Cassie in the face. We seen it on camera. So we're not gonna defend Diddy. But there's a lot of but if that video was not there and she accused him of doing that, he's not guilty yet. You have to really get the proof that this happened. It's 50-50. But a lot of times it's 50-50, and if it feels like I'm already guilty. Tory Lanez stabbed up in jail because Meg Thee Stallion. I'm not saying she's lying. I'm not saying he's telling the truth. I'm just saying the evidence kind of leans towards him not being the shooter. But we're gonna wait until that story develops to come react to that, because that's something I've been wanting to talk about. But we're gonna continue the video because it's almost over. The video's almost over. We're gonna give our final thoughts and do y'all thing in the comments in the chat, and we're gonna interact with y'all.
Think men are so dangerous when men are running around protecting your ignorant self. So I absolutely have not one care at all, because somebody needs to go to jail.
Going to jail. I don't know why, but you just need to be locked the fuck up, man.
And me, for one, am gonna laugh my ass off about this brick-faced lying harlot getting exactly what she deserves. Yeah.
Believe all women.
Nah. I'm so glad you asked that, because that, first of all, that phrase does not come from me.
But the slogan, believe all women, did in fact come out of the Me Too movement. The social standard that every woman making a claim was to be believed just because she's a woman has been asserted by Me Too activists, both explicitly and implicitly, all the way up to the president. The backlash we see now is fueled by the same feminists and liberal shills who advance the agenda in the first place.
Let's see what we have here. This is a Facebook post, it looks like. And this woman, Vivian, on TikTok, Twitter, I'm sorry, she posts this. She says, personally, I think false rape accusations is the best option in getting these men being taught a significant life lesson. She admitting false rape accusations against men is okay.
And this is no laughing matter. What if this was your son, your nephew, your husband, your brother?
That's the other part of the arguments to be trying to say, what if that was your sister? What if that's your father? What if that was your brother, your uncle, your cousin, you know what I'm saying, your friend, your male friend that you hold near and dear to your heart? He's getting accused of X, Y, and Z. You know him personally. You don't know him to be this kind of person. Not saying he can't do it, but are you going to now disown him because of allegations, or are you going to wait until, the verdict? Before he got to get fired and his life is ruined now, before his kids don't mess with him, his wife divorces him, or his family disowns him. Let's get the actual facts, but they don't like to think about that because it makes too much sense. That's the problem. When things make sense, people don't really. When the lie is more entertaining, nobody cares about the truth. Shout out to Charlamagne. I got that from Charlamagne. I'm not that clever to think of shit like that. So yeah.
What if this was somebody that you actually cared about? You see, a lot of times it's out of sight, out of mind. A lot of these ladies just think that men are making stuff up. But the law started a long time ago, like the law that said if both people are drinking, the lady would be vulnerable to the man's advances, even if the man was more drunk than a woman. A woman's never been arrested for taking advantage of a man when they've been over consuming alcohol.
Cardi B. We're not going to, I rock with Cardi, but that's my homegirl. But, she came out her own mouth and said it. But I ain't even going to touch on the guy fucking Cardi.
Well, you polite savages, it is what it is. How many times have we heard of men being accused of something?
Shout out Cardi B, though, man.
In their entire career snatched from
album coming out
under them for no absolutely reason, no due process, no nothing. Just, you know what? I heard something was wrong. I heard it through the grapevine, so you're out of here. A company will let you go for an accusation. You can lose your scholarship for an accusation. You can get kicked out of school for an accusation. Your entire life can be ruined for an accusation.
If homie got a dangly earring, he did it. I don't need to see the proof. That's when I don't need to see the proof. If you got an earring like that, if you got a dangly earring like that and it's a cross, he definitely did it. That right there, yeah, I got it. Ladies, I got that one. So. Fellas, don't wear them dangly earrings. That's a tall tale of a abuser.
Shit. And what happens to the lady who?
And I wanted to say this earlier. I hate her hairstyle right here. That junk look like a plastic bag. Like it's like, I think it's a filter too. Cause that's how she looked like in the mugshot. But her hair looked like a plastic bag with like oil, like a car oil, and like vacuum clean, like the air got sucked out. Yeah, but I ain't trying to roast her. But believe all women, I ain't. Protect black women. Hey, no. Protect black women, man. You can't do that. You can't roast. You can't.
Right is right and wrong is wrong.
Hey, listen.
Send her ass to jail.
Nah, jail for sure. Supermax.
the accusation when it comes back false? Absolutely nothing. Very rarely are they even prosecuted, and when they are prosecuted, it's a damn near a miracle, like finally justice was served. But the lady,
I cried tears for Johnny Depp when he won. I was like, yes, we finally. We finally got to win, fellas. We finally. Maybe this is gonna change, but it ain't changed nothing. It just made it low key worse. But yeah, W's in the chat for Johnny Depp, cause I cried tears for him when he won his case, cause I was like, nah, she can't get away with that one. He not even. I think they just now gave him back his deal for Disney, but I think he should have charged him like crazy, cause he ain't about to do me like that.
You only got what, 15? He said.
Something like that. Yeah, I'm like, I need double. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I guess he likes to play the role. But
these are the community are the first ones to say that they're unprotected by the men when the men are protecting them by taking their asses to jail when they are accused of something they didn't do, having their life ripped out from under them, and what happens to them after. The same patriarchal system that they say they hate forgives them. Damn.
So I want to share a video because men and women both are victims, but I feel like when men are victims, nobody gives a. And I seen a video of a woman saying that, name one allegation that ruined a man's life.
Sexual assault allegations ruin a man's life. Name one. Name one man whose life has been ruined by sexual assault allegation.
Suddenly I was.
I was about to say, did Emmett Till not get killed? Yo, cause she's a. You know what it is though? This TikTok generation, they don't really know history, and I think that they stopped teaching history in schools like the proper way, because a lot of ignorance on TikTok, on Instagram with these like selfie videos or story times or whatever. She said that with a bold face too. She had an energy. She had like.
She had something to combat that too. You tell Emmett Till, she gonna say,
yeah, maybe, yeah. But you got modern examples like Johnny Depp, for example, a fresh one. Like, what's that other guy? Jonathan Majors. He's not even. What's the character he's supposed to play? He's not even on the Kang the Conqueror in Disney no more. I think he just got that role back too. But it's like you gotta go through all that. It's a little crazy.
Guilty until proven innocent.
They slander my name. They fire my.
He was the baseball player, and she accused him of sexual harassment. He's playing in China now. Who wants to play baseball in China? He had a multi-million-dollar deal. I forgot what team. I think it was the Dodgers. I'm not sure. But now he had to go to China overseas, and it came out that she was lying. Grown man crying on camera. Nah, see how you laughing? Cause look, yo, grown man, you got a grown man crying. I always say, anytime I see a grown man crying on camera, it's kind of strange. But I understand that in this part. My God.
And I felt like all that was on me.
I ask all of you to wait and hear the truth before you label or condemn me.
Michael Jackson was a special case, and he passed away. So we respect the dead on this channel. But hey, man, shout out to Michael Jackson, man.
Don't treat me like a criminal.
My little sister used to love Michael Jackson growing up. I was like, you couldn't tell her nothing about Michael Jackson. But I actually I grew up with the tapes he had, like back to VCR tapes. But yeah, Michael Jackson. Yeah, I don't know. Kids, I don't know.
So
He is right though. Wait for his allegations and wait for the actual proof, because you never know. O.J. Simpson, you never know. Not saying he did it, not. We all know we all know what happened, but
innocent.
This morning, a rising Hollywood star facing allegations of domestic violence.
Next.
Jonathan Majors was running from old girl too. I don't even know her name, but he was running from her. But he was like on camera. He ran the New York blocks. New York blocks ain't no joke. He ran. She was chasing him too. Like, she in good shape too.
Victim, star pitcher for the Dodgers. A text Lindsey Hill sent to a friend before she ever even met me. What should I steal? She asked another in reference to visiting my house for the first time. The answer? Take his money.
Mr. Monzel, in your lie detector test, you were asked, did you have any sexual contact with any of your 3 daughters? You said no, and the lie detector said there was no deception. How does that feel? And that's your daughter?
I seen this on Facebook, and I always wondered, why didn't the daughters just say he didn't do it? But it's just slimy. You watch the wife's reaction. I don't know if he's going to show it, but just look at her reaction.
I felt they always did.
You felt they always did know. And didn't speak it because?
They wasn't told no different.
Miss Yvonne took a lie detector test and said, did you make up or exaggerate any stories with the intention to harm Monzel? She responded no, and the answer was deceptive. Then he asked you, did you say something to the effect of, I'm going to make sure you're never happy again? She responded no, and the answer was deceptive. So Miss Yvonne has acknowledged that her story about you touching your children in a sexual way was not true.
You don't know. It has affected my life in ways I can't even count. The things that you did. This is not no game. This is these children's lives. And it's just a demon in you that you need to deal with.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Thank you for.
Hey man, we're gonna give our final thoughts on the video. If you made it this far in the video, please comment what city you're watching this from. That's what we're gonna do. If you're watching this far into the video, comment what city you're watching this from. But yeah, give me some thoughts. What's your final thoughts on this topic? And what you think about the video also too? It's a great, well put together video, by the way.
Overall, definitely liked the video. It was informative. I like how you put it together, added in all other clips and stuff like that. Just try to be safe out here, man. Some of these women, they just want your money. They want to see you down bad. They don't want to see you happy. Clearly, with the last clip that was just up there. So you just gotta be smarter with who you deal with, and if you get caught up in that situation, you just gotta stick it through. Hopefully, you ain't do nothing, and just the truth will come to the light.
Yeah, and I'll say this too. I feel like too. Yes, there are men out there that do abuse women that should be at the bottom of the jail. But at the same time, we have equally, if not more, men that are accused that are actually innocent and lifestyle are completely ruined. I remember I was in high school. I seen the Central Park 5 and the documentary on Netflix they had, and it was just like, damn, like that's where he went. Bro was in jail his entire teenage adult life. His whole life ruined off of a lie, and then they reward them with money. But it's like at that point you really can't get your time back. Like you're mentally. He had PTSD. It was a lie. His life is completely ruined off of a lie, an accusation or a lie. And I feel like too, we need to have some kind of law in every state that says if it's found that you lied on the man, you need to face some kind of jail time, minimum of 3 months at least. That way we can have less of that, and we can actually start believing these true accusations. Because I don't want it to become a world where we don't believe women at all. That's not what this video is saying. I just think it's like we gotta regulate the amount of fluff that's getting put in through the filter, because we can't allow. Cause imagine if it's like the wolf that what's that the kid that cried wolf. Yeah. It's like you have all these people crying wolf, and then when the wolf actually is around, nobody really cares. Like nobody. How many times you told me a wolf was here? And I want to speak DDG and Haley. I had respect for. I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I know they're going through the court stuff right now. But I'm gonna just say this, because I have real debates with people in real life about that situation too. I'm not saying just don't believe Haley's or whatever the case is. But what I am saying is though, wait for the verdict. Wait for the rest of the proof, the evidence, and also think for yourself on what makes sense, because there's always 3 sides to the story. Her side, his side, and the truth. And the truth is always somewhere in the middle. You can't just believe that, a man is doing X, Y, and Z, and no woman have ever provoked any situation, or probably is the antagonist of that situation. There's videos on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, where they have a woman on the phone with the cops, and they're like, yes, he's hitting me now, and the guy's just recording her like, I didn't touch her, You got to do all these things just to show that because the cops will come in and arrest you off of allegations alone. Alone, like.
And then when they come see you, you're a black man too.
Oh, if you're black, forget about it. He has a gun. Forget about it. Like, it's over. So, But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning into the video. We're gonna end it right here. I think it's about 30 minutes. So yes, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video, comment on what you want to see us react to next. We also got more content coming that's not reaction, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, and thank you for tuning in.